Well,
I know we both have two.
I'll share my version.
Yeah, we got two
which is
different
the
versions.
true version.
Yeah, okay.
So we met at work at the high school that I was hired at as a school counselor almost 6 years ago, right?
Yeah.
And Everett was working at the school as a partner because he has Legacy Leaders, his organization. And so coincidentally, when I got hired, the office that I picked
that was God. That was a coincidence.
was the office that was right next to the Legacy Leader office, which is where Everett was at. And so, I remember meeting you on my first day or second day there, but...
You thought it was gorgeous?
I was just like, what? Hello, nice to meet you. I'm here to work. And...
You didn't think I was like the most handsome guy you ever saw?
I really wasn't trying to date anybody at work, so my mind was not... my mind wasn't like thinking about who I can date at work or who's cute or who's not. I was just literally there to take care of business. And so we met, and then we weren't really hanging out, like none of that. I really had no idea that Everett was interested in me. I was completely oblivious to this. For months, and I guess during this time, like, you were evaluating me.
What does that mean? I remember that she just shared this story with me once about how she left her career in corporate America because she ended up working for youth and figuring out that working with kids was something that she loved. And so to see a woman like that just follow her passion and exude that love into her work, I mean, man, just spoke volumes to me, and it ministered to just my heart. I was not evaluating. I was getting to know you.
Okay.
Because, you didn't show much interest. I didn't know whether we were coming or going.
Well, anywho, months later, so we met in October, and in April, I think, is when you I think you saw me the morning of, because you came to work, and then randomly, like, you said bye to me. It was like the middle of the day, you left, and then I get a call at my office from you, and you asked me out to coffee. And no, yes, it is. You called me because you didn't have my cell number, because I didn't give you my number, and you asked me out to coffee, and I was scared, and I didn't know how to say no, so I said yes.
Wait, you were scared? Why were you scared?
I didn't want to date anybody at work.
You make it sound like I did something. Well, I mean, I did.
Well, it's lucky for you I didn't know how to say no. So Everett has a very giving heart, and he has taught me by example how to love selflessly. And I think one of the biggest examples of that is just how he walked with me when I was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2015. So I actually thought when I got diagnosed that he wasn't going to stick around when he heard the news. And I remember thinking when I got the news, I thought, God, who's going to want to be with a woman that's had cancer? Like, what man is going to want to, want to be with somebody who may not have kids one day or who may not live a long life? And I know in retrospect those were all lies, and through that God was able to bring me a lot of comfort and peace to overcome those lies and those fears, and in many ways he did that through Everett. He stepped up and was there with me every step of the way through that season. He shaved my head when my hair started to fall out. If you know Everett, you know that he has a crazy busy schedule. And I just remember how he would rearrange his whole schedule for a day to go with me to a doctor's appointment, or to just sit with me for hours at the hospital while I was getting chemotherapy. And that's just however it is. He loves hard, and he will put everything to the side to show up for people. And so I feel really grateful that I have been able to see an example and experience an example of the love of our Heavenly Father through Everett.
So my version is that when I met this beautiful woman, all I wanted to do is to get to know more about you. And she would always be in the office, and she'd wear these really nice outfits, and she'd have her hair done, and like she would smell really nice. I'd smell her in the office next door, so it was real distracting. I couldn't get a lot done. And then, sometimes it would be overpowered when a hot mess kid would come in and they'd be sweaty and stuff, and I'd just go to her office on purpose just so I wouldn't smell them anymore. But I just remember just hearing her phone conversations, because we had a wall, remember? And it just...
Yeah, it was like
could hear
like tall cubicles, so they didn't reach the whole ceiling, up to the ceiling. So you could hear each other, the person next to you, you could hear everything.
Well, Nora would look over the wall to see me no, I'm just playing. But it was a way that I think I got to know you more, because I got to hear how she talked to parents, how she got to talk to students, how she would talk to her father every once in a while over the phone. And then it probed me to want to get to know you more. When I met God and I got to understand who he was, and he taught me about love and grace, I never thought that he would show that in the physical form. And I finally found a woman who was able to show me that. And Nora has walked by my side through thick and thin through these years. And she's taught me that love, in that 1 Corinthians verse, is so unconditional. It's giving of yourself even when you don't want to. It's fighting for your life and the lives of others. And it's extremely attractive. When you would make copies, I think I told you I would try to find excuses to make copies. Once I remember I had blank paper in my hand and you didn't even see it, but I just grab it and try to make copies. But and then I would just start conversations, and just wanting to know who you are and what you're about. But I remember that when I asked you out, it's when I put the note on your desk, and that's when you thought
that was part 2.
That was not part 2. That you thought I was this creepy stalker guy because I snuck into your office and put the note and asked you out.
No, that happened after we went out the first time, because you found out that I liked coffee, and so the next morning you brought me coffee. You broke into my office and you put a cup of coffee on there with a love note.
A love note?
And I was scared.
Wait,
again.
A love note? We just started dating. How is this a love note?
Yeah, and that's why I was scared.
Whatever. No, it was not. I just know this. You did say yes. Whether it was fear or not, I'm a little concerned. But you did say yes. And then when we went out, where did we go? 90 miles, right?
Yeah, it was just supposed to be coffee. And you tricked me. Because I showed up in my North Face sweater with jeans and sneakers because I was coming from the gym. And we went out, it ended up being dinner.
Your sweat smelled like potpourri. It was amazing. It was well, I will say this though. We had a great time. And I think from there on, we just continue to just get to know each other. And then this journey of the past, 5-6 years has just been what it is. Yeah.